and girls. Guess who? It's Mary. We met many times. I'm Santa's former elf. Yes, I met you at many pictures all over the world. I miss you. How are you? Well, I have good news for you. Since I have been in the human world, Santa came to visit me. Yes, he asked me to help him with a project. He has a new magic computer and bell system at the North Pole. Oh my gosh, wait till you hear the news. Santa no longer watches children when they're bad or when they're tired or when they're cranky. That's right. He only watches the good actions children do. Yes. He only watches you when you are being good. Oh my goodness, could it be? I hear Santa! Lammy, is Santa coming? Oh my gosh!
Lammy, is Santa coming? He's coming! Wow, Santa!
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho, come on in! Hello!
Hi, I'm Mary Angie Martina Gonzalez. I used to be an elf. I was Mary Gonzalez then. However, I left the North Pole. Hi, Santa.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm well. Happy to be here today.
I'm so excited to see you, and you brought the snow. We had snow today. I said, of course it's snowing. Santa's coming.
Got to have a little snow. I bring it with me. Yeah, it's
Magical.
exactly.
Your dogs really like the snow at the
Oh,
North
yes,
Pole, too.
yes.
I saw some pictures in the book that were sent to me by the Elves, and yeah, we'll get into that.
They get excited. They play. They roll around in it. They make a mess. You know, dogs will be dogs.
Yes, but they bring us so much love.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can't really destroy that. They love unconditionally.
Yeah.
You just give them a little love back, and they are yours forever.
Oh, how many dogs do you have now, Santa?
Right now, 2.
So I think you let the Elves get some dogs at one point.
We do use the shelters. It's rescuing a puppy from a shelter is the best thing. It really is. They usually start life in a miserable place, and you bring them love, you bring them home, and like I say, they're yours forever.
Yeah. So let's get into the visit. So you came to me and well, let me back up a second.
Okay.
So I came to become to enter the human world
Yes.
and help misunderstood teens.
Mm-hmm.
And I met my human husband. Now my kids are half elf and half human, as you know. But we want to tell them out there. And he's a firefighter hero. And when he's not, he also plays a Santa elf. So we know that there are real Santas and there are elf Santas, because there's millions of you and millions of malls around the world, and there's millions of Mrs.Claus elves and elves, which go around the world. I was a Mrs.Claus elf, and I had fun going around the world and meeting all the children. But when mom and dad say, or grandma and grandpa say, that's the real Santa, how do kids, now elves know, but how do kids know? And I know that you're the real Santa because I was an elf, but how do kids know who the real Santa is?
Well, we train our Santas to say you never know when asked directly. Are you the real Santa? Well, you never know. You never really know.
You just have to believe.
See, if everybody knew where the real Santa was, they would all flock to him and leave the helpers, stranded, sitting there alone.
Oh.
And I wouldn't be able to see every child, and their messages would not get to me.
Right.
So
Well,
It's
they wouldn't
important.
get their pictures. You would still see
Oh,
them
that's
on the
true,
magic
too.
computer, yeah. But everybody wants to take a picture with
Oh.
you. I know my kids took a lot of pictures with
Oh,
you
yes.
growing up.
And I cover the world. I go places and not dressed like this, of course.
Right.
Um,
I
and
hear
I
you
get-
volunteered at a few places and
Yeah.
kids automatically knew it was you.
I was walking through Venice, Italy, one July, and a Belgian family stops me and they say, Papa Noel, we need pictures. Had a red shirt on. It was not like this, but we stopped and did pictures, and
Wow.
that's too much fun. I try to be incognito, but
But they know you. I understand you were helping out too at one of the stores the other day, and a child came up to you and knew it was you as well.
I had a little boy stop me. He said, Santa, this is late in January. He says, am I getting cold this year?
Oh no.
And I had to stop. I didn't see Mom nearby, so I talked to him for a minute. I told him, as long as you are mostly good, Santa will come to see you. I said, everybody makes a mistake now and again, but if you learn from your mistakes and you try to do better, Santa will come to see you, and not to be scared.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll get into that. So that's exactly why you came to me to tell me about the new system at the North Pole, which I'm very excited about. And I want to help you spread the word. And we need parents to help spread the word, grandparents to spread the word, teachers, counselors. Because happy toddler, happy teen. But looking in the mirror as a teenager, one has to think they're good, not like the little boy who already thought he was bad.
Yeah.
But they have to think they're good. They have to know what's expected of them and how to take care of themselves. Because sometimes adults don't even know how to take care of themselves.
This is
They
true.
don't eat right because they're running to work, so they grab a fast food. They don't exercise because they were working all day. Well, it brings us to why you came to visit me. I think you have it there. I think we did a good job. I don't know if you agree, but we made the care board, which you talked to us about. We'll show all the parents that. So basically, Santa, why did you want me to, why do you want the families to make care boards?
Well, a care board sets examples and guidance for the kids, objectives even, so that they can get a little smiley face up on the North Pole.
On
Make
their
our-
magic computer, that's right.
Make those bells ring.
Aha, you hear this. Or something like it. Each child has the, oh, okay, I'll let you. I remember your letter.
With, millions of kids, sometimes that bell rings and rings and rings, and it makes music up there. Every sound, every child's ring is a little different, and that computer, the magic computer shows up, the name of the kid, and when I know they're being good, and I can check on them right away. Yeah.
How?
Well, my computer will give me the name and put that young man or young girl up on the screen, and I can see exactly what they're doing at that point. I'm going to be watching them when they're doing good things. I'm not going to be looking for them doing bad things.
So Santa, when I was an elf at the North Pole, we used to watch the kids. Parents told their kids that we were watching them every time they were bad, and then you were going to come and take toys away. But now your new system at the North Pole doesn't operate that way.
No.
How does it operate?
Every kid's going to make a mistake. We know that, and it's, a sugar or just, they're
Too many cookies.
too many cookies.
Some
they're
candy
not
at the
feeling-
birthday.
they're not feeling well. They get a little cranky. These kinds of things happen every
Tired.
day. I don't need to see that. What we're
Parents
looking-
don't need to see that.
what we really want to see is kids doing good deeds. Kids, trying their hardest to achieve workable, meaningful goals that will bring happiness to them and their families. And when they do that, it sets up a ring, again, at my magic computer, up at the North Pole, and I can see exactly what that youngin' is doing.
That's awesome. Because kids get threatened every day and they think, like that little boy, that they're doing bad things. And that's horrible because obviously with what I came to the human world to do was to help misunderstood teens. And so many of them don't like that person in the mirror. So
Yeah.
I think that does begin while they're little. So, cute things like them checking off from their care board and getting a smiley face from mom and dad in their actions notebooks. Did you like that in the book? I got that in there too.
Yeah. By the time a youngin' is like 3 years old, you pretty much set up what that youngin's going to be like the rest of their life. So you need to start early and set goals for a 3-year-old and make them simple, make them easy.
Brush your teeth, get dressed,
Yeah,
clean your room, pick up your toys.
Yeah, we could go on and on,
Yes.
And we get a little more, as they get a little older, run the vacuum cleaner, wash the dishes,
Load the dishwasher.
load the dishwasher.
I don't know about washing those. My kids never
there's-
wanted to wash pots. No, not me, not me, not me. So in order to help you spread the word, I wrote this book, Santa's Bells Ring 360.
Well, 366 on leap year, of course.
365 days a year or 366 with leap year. And I think that kids don't realize that you hear them every month of the year as well.
Every month, every day, somebody is doing something good. Lots of kids are doing something good.
Tell us about this holiday. My favorite. I put a lot in the book about it.
Oh, Valentine's Day, and it's coming.
Yes!
Hugs, making cards, giving cards.
Yeah, hugs make parents happy. And
Oh,
when
yes, they do. Especially when they're unexpected.
Aw.
Just come up and give your mom a hug on Valentine's Day and wish her a good day and give her a card that you've made yourself. These are important things.
I'll bet you that computer goes off like crazy.
Valentine's Day, there are certain days of the year where it doesn't stop for anything. Valentine's Day is one of those.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of birthdays. Every day there are a million kids who have a birthday. I hear a lot of bells. Of course, Christmas
Oh, yeah.
rings off the hook.
Yeah. I love how the new system, it's just, it was always musical at the North Pole, but it's like constant music. And can you tell, or when you hear those different bell sounds in the songs, do you actually know what kid it is? Or you go to the magic computer and just know it's at all, when you... Or,
Santa knows all.
Very neat.
Yeah, but
That's
the
neat.
computer keeps it all together for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, you emailed me a letter. I did put that letter in the book. I know this is the old-fashioned way, but people still send you letters.
I still get letters.
Yep.
All too often they wait to the last minute and send their letters, and I get a deluge at the last minute, and I've got to read them and see if I can, fulfill their wishes. Wish they would send them a little sooner. But yeah, I still get that, and I do occasionally get some email, and sometimes I make phone calls to check on youngins. We're trying as when I first got started centuries ago, it was a lot simpler.
Simpler. I thought it would be simpler now.
Well, now there's millions more kids.
Yes.
The toys have changed dramatically. You know, way back when we first got started, you know, a little doll, and
Yeah.
you know, something simple, you know, a ball
Oh yeah.
would work.
good
Now
old
it's
days.
electronics, and you know, every year there's, you know, the toy manufacturers come up with new toys, and I've got to match them up.
Oh boy. You know
And
what sorry.
a lot more deliveries to make. Yeah. So
Yeah, what I love is that you actually have elves in the stores for like 30 days after Christmas, taking back toys that may not work. And yeah.
we do that.
But you don't actually go back and take toys away from
No,
kids.
no.
And
That
parents
just-
tell their kids that too, so they're scared of you. They think you're a mean guy. I know you're not. I know you would never come.
Santa is, can I say, the epitome of goodness?
I would
Nice.
say you are. Yes, I would definitely say you are.
You know, I don't like the idea that I'm thought of as mean, or, you know, in some countries there are mean spirits associated with Christmas. Krampus, and for one, there's a spirit that goes with Santa as he travels in certain areas, and he's the bad guy. No, Santa himself is always nice.
Yes, yes. And so tell me, when kids, I know you had mentioned sugar, so when kids I loved that when you told me to spread the word. I told my little niece, and I said, Santa, you know, she was so excited. Santa came to see us. You know, Santa wrote me a letter. Santa wants me to have parents, you know about the new system at the North Pole. He wants everything positive. He doesn't want to hear negative things. So I told her, and I said, but I'm going to write a book for him to help spread the word as fast as I can. And I ran into one, I didn't know that you wanted every month of the year done, so I had to wait a year and be patient. So I did the video last year, and I told the story, but I didn't publish the book yet. And then I told her I didn't have an artist to draw pictures. And then I was like, we're not going to actually draw pictures of the North Pole. So that's when the elves came up with the dogs that you adopted, that the Easter Bunny had in a picture, which is in the book from Compliments of the Elves. So the dogs took pictures with the Easter Bunny, and so I thought, wow, you know, we'll just use dogs for every month. And puppies are a lot like children. They need rewards.
Oh, yes.
They need praise. They need exercise. And they need to eat right, because what happens if a puppy doesn't eat right? Ew. What a mess. So, would you tend to agree with all of that?
Oh, I would. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's why, did you like the dog idea?
I like the dog idea.
Were you
Yes.
surprised?
I was surprised, yes. But that's good. You know,
Yeah.
it still helps get the word out.
Yeah.
And that's the aim. You know.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping you liked it. So it's going to take a lot to show parents the positive system. I understand you brought in a lot of new elves this year, and a lot of the older elves like myself who are done raising their kids and want to help. In fact, my daughter is a part-time elf for you, Marissa, which I love. She loves working there.
Yeah.
And the other ones volunteer sometimes, but not as much as I would like, but that's okay.
It's, everybody's a little different. That's what makes the world go round. Wish people were nicer to each other more often than they are, but we're working at it slowly.
So I understand now in the new system, adults' bells ring. So you still deliver toys, and well, not toys, but presents to adults
On occasion, yes.
because a lot of them do believe or they don't believe the adults. I'm sad to say some adults are like, there's no Santa, and I'm like, what? And I heard Marissa tell people like, oh my gosh, they just don't believe, so they don't get anything.
If they believe, Santa will be there. So.
And I guess if they have good actions, not bad actions.
Yes.
I guess if they're mean to people all day long, you might not bring them anything.
Now this is true. Al Capone didn't get much. He could have believed forever, but
you do have those few, huh?
we have,
Their bells don't ring.
Nope.
No bells ring. So back to the teenagers. So I understand some of them volunteer some summers when they're older, but this care board works for them too, because every family should make their own care board, I guess, that works for them. And there's an incentive. With the Actions notebooks, parents could do a reward system, and not only do they leave those action notebooks for you on Christmas Eve, which is great because you do what to them?
I do look at them. I do read over them real quick.
And do you write a letter in some of them?
Sometimes I do respond, and I'll put a little note at the back end.
Oh, that's nice. What would you say? Would you have to see like a certain amount of smileys in there, or is there something that stands out that's extra special?
That's it. Something they did that was really special. I'll definitely make a note of it and put that in my note to them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. But so back to the teenagers. So usually they can't be elves at the North Pole until they're at least 18,
Okay.
right?
Generally, yes. There are a few exceptions, but not many.
So the elves don't baby elf Anastasia was born at the North Pole, but then she went back home with her mom.
Yeah.
All right.
And she can come back when she's 18.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah.
She's really cute. I know we have a cat for her when we have dogs in the books, but we got her a cat because she always says, good cat. So she's already thinking like an elf. She reads because babies that are elves read. And she already knows to say good. So she always says, good cat. Let me get that for you. So we got her.
Hey, cat.
Cat. So she can say, good cat. And maybe she'll think her good cat is going to get a present from you.
Let's see what we can do. Kids come around.
I think your way of thinking and your magic is a lot better than the real world. But I stay, to make a difference and help here. But I definitely want to go back there.
Kids are a little nervous, Even when they're excited to see me, they're still a little nervous. It's him.
Well, yeah,
but the adults are, they're excited because I'm there, and I see them. They'll wave, and occasionally we'll chat, and it's kind of cool,
Yeah.
Yeah, adult conversation,
Parents can relate to that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
When you spend, a lot of time with kids, talking with kids, an occasional adult conversation is a nice relief.
So is your mother proud that you are Santa Claus?
I believe she is or was, and my father too. It was, like I say, a calling to bring goodness, niceness, and kindness into the world, who wouldn't be proud of their young'un who does that? So,
Exactly. And, I wanted to talk a little about the artist for teenagers, because, I love the teens and we want to help them, right? So the teen that comes in and says, he wants to be an artist, or he wants to be a writer, or he wants to join a rock band, because he's got a lot of talent, and he may have a lot of talent. Or, he wants to go to Carnegie Hall because he, is incredible, an incredible pianist. Parents tell them, get a real job. So I always tell the young artists, I told them in a poem, I don't know if you remember. So I wrote that the artist had a gift from God to explain his creation to help the world be a better place. And I just always felt bad for the young artists that parents told to get a real job, because there are people with those real jobs. We watch them every day.
Absolutely.
Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus. I mean, they're playing music.
Yeah.
They're dressing any way they want, as crazy as it can be sometimes. Lady Gaga, I love, though. I mean, her clothes are,
You can even see the 16-year-old boy who published the book. It became a bestseller around the world. Aragon, the book. He was, a teenager and had a trilogy out in a hurry.
Wow.
So talent is, a little encouragement from his parents, and it took off for him. Encouragement for people like Lady Gaga and
Gwen Stefani. Oh my God, I love Gwen Stefani.
All they needed was a little help from their parents, a little support, and look at where they've gotten.
Yeah.
So.
But you have to give examples to teenagers. Unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity, and sometimes they see negative situations aren't, they see them as final, that they're not going to end. Mm-hmm. And I see them as temporary, because they are going to end. There is going to be a tomorrow. Things could be very different. Like, I'm sitting here with Santa Claus. I didn't think I was going to write a book. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, their songs are incredible. You make it feel like Christmas every day. Like, I love that one, of course. And Happy Anywhere. They're Happy Anywhere. Their songs are great. They were miserable like 5 years ago before they found each other, or however many years before they were together. So I don't know how we can tell teens to keep plugging, because there's tomorrow.
There is a tomorrow. There's so much to look forward to. Yes, it might be a little down right now, but turn that corner. The sun is out there, and will brighten you up and get you on your way. It's not always going to be bad. Not if I have anything to do with it. Anyway.
So the good actions in the good action notebooks that kids should be doing daily from the care board. Those are there are good deeds on them. Making your mom a picture, helping your grandma cook, or helping her with the garden, or helping your grandfather paint the fence, or milking the cow. I don't know, getting the animals on the farm.
There are so many good things they can do every day. Just simple things. Like I say, pick up their trash or put their toys away. Volunteer to help Dad with whatever project happens to be going on at that particular moment.
Shock him.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Dad, can I help? Dad would love to hear that.
I think the bells would go off.
I think so too. Bells would definitely go off. You know, there's so much that can be done to make those bells go off. You know, just simple, easy things. Just a little, you know, thoughtfulness.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So how do kids and parents tell the kids and parents that still believe in the old system about the new system?
It's going to be a little tough because
You need a new song. You better watch out. What? I wouldn't want to come say something that I better watch out. You saw me? You saw me do that? No.
A lot of parents use that.
They should take back their power. Teach their own children that there are consequences with them.
Yeah, the consequences are with your parents, not with Santa.
Yeah. Santa's nice. He brings you toys. He gives you smiley faces on his computer, and you have magical songs.
It's going to be a hard sell. So many parents use that. Santa's, not going to come. I can see a kid Christmas Eve. He makes a mistake, and there's a big brouhaha in their home, and he's going to go to bed that night terrified that when he gets up in the morning, Santa will have skipped the house. And that's not going to happen. At least I hope not. I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Do you want the kids to know anything else?
Santa is nice. Santa will be there for you. Just do your best. Be kind to your neighbors. Try to do good things every day, and Santa will be there.
That's great. We thank you for that, Santa. Is it very busy at the North Pole?
Always busy. Retooling for new toys. The video shop. If I don't keep an eye on those guys, nothing gets done except them playing games. Go in there and shake them up from time to time. Get back to work. It's not all fun and games up here. But we do have a deadline.
Yes.
And millions of kids to take care of. But they love what they do. They really do. We take the week from Christmas to New Year's, just kind of clean up a little bit, and then we get started again.
Do you go to the beach?
On occasion.
Oh.
Yeah, the weather out here today, it's like Speedo weather at the North Pole. It's not that cold. We're used to a lot colder weather up there.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets to be 20s here, and people are not going outside.
Oh, heavens. I've seen it a lot colder than that.
And if, there's a little flutter or a little flurry.
It's panic sets in.
Yeah.
I ran through some snow on the way here today. And people were starting to slow down a bit, and I just kept right on going.
Yeah. So do you drive a car as well as your sled?
Well,
I know you can't drive your car at the North Pole.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's so many airplanes and now drones and weather balloons and things in the air. The FAA was a little afraid that I would have an accident. So I don't fly door to door, place to place, except on Christmas Eve. Until then, I go to the airport. And I went to Dulles.
Oh.
They got a special hangar for me. I put the sleigh in there. Then I do have to drive a car.
Oh, okay.
So if the kids see me, when I'm driving my car, wave, and I'll wave back. Yeah.
Yeah, you do have a red car.
I have a red car.
And
It
I
does
think
say
it's Santa on the back. So you'll know it's the real Santa. If you spot that car, I promise you, here he is. Santa. What happens if little Nancy doesn't get the toy she wants for Christmas? Or what if somebody asks for a pony and they don't get a pony? I would like a pony, Santa. I'll take a real horse.
Santa does his best to get the child what they'd like. But at the same time, popular toys, I make a guesstimate of how many I'm going to need for the year, and sometimes I run out. So you might not get that item. I'll try and substitute something close to it, or although I can't substitute much for a pony. I don't do many live animals, and
but you brought me a puppy.
I did. On occasion I do. But for the most part, it's tough because I have limited room in the display. I go through rain and sleet and snow and hail and dust and dirt, and it's not good for the animals.
Yeah.
So I have to be very careful about that, And I do, on occasion, special occasions.
For elves. Good elves.
I will bring an elf. I will bring someone, a cat, a dog, a bunny rabbit on occasion.
Getting into the Easter Bunny's territory there, Santa.
Well, I try not to mess with the Easter Bunny stuff, and he tries not to mess with me. It's like occasionally somebody will come to me and they'll ask for a new boyfriend or girlfriend. I tell them, I wish you luck, but that's Cupid's job.
Valentine's is coming. Talk to Cupid.
That's it. You want candy? I can do that. Heart-shaped candy, fine. Love is not in my.
Not in your wheelhouse.
Well, other than the general love of all mankind. But you want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, it's Cupid.
Sorry, teens. What was I going to say? And sadly, in some of the Hallmark movies, we see kids that ask Santa to bring somebody back that passed away. How do you deal with that? Do you get a lot of that?
I get requests for curing health issues, and if I could do that, I would have cured cancer years ago, and there would be no COVID pandemic. All I can really do is pray for the young man or young woman and wish them the best. It's tough, especially when you hear the story from the young one,
Yeah.
My grandmother is ill and we don't think she's going to make it. I wish I could do something.
Yeah. So, does praying ring the bells at the North Pole?
It does. When done for the right reasons, you're praying for somebody else.
What if you pray to?
I pray I get that truck next week. It's not going to get a bill.
That's what I was going to say. What if I pray to be a millionaire? Is it going to happen?
I can't do money because that would be counterfeit. And if you spend it, you're going to jail, and they're going to put me in jail for making it. So.
Do a lot of teens come and see you and take pictures?
Most of the teens that come to see me for pictures are doing it for mom. We're getting pictures for mom, or an occasional sorority group will come in, and they'll, the sisters will get one.
So back to the boys and girls. So do you exercise at the North Pole with the Elves and Mrs.Claus?
We do some sports to get some exercise in. I'm not particularly good at like roller skates or even skating. I tend to fall on my set-upon and I get laughed at a lot. Terrible at basketball. I could throw a ball okay, but we do get some exercise up there. I think it's important to take a break during the day, get out, exercise a little bit, and go back in, and you're invigorated for work. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I told the kids in the book how we used to, the elves would ice skate every day, or you would walk with Mrs. Claus, the elves would play football or soccer. We saw you juggling the soccer ball.
No. You caught me on a good day. You caught me on a really good day.
Well, there was that one time at the mall when all the kids gathered around you, and they were giving examples on how to ring the bells at the North Pole, and then you showed the boy that, is good with his team every day and exercises, how you juggled the soccer ball. I don't know if you remember that. It was just a little hacky sack.
Just a little bit,
We put a real ball in there.
I was going to say
You had like the beanbag.
I had a couple things I can do fairly well.
Yeah.
I'll show them off, but if you get me beyond that, I'm really not all that good.
Well, and that's why Santa says do your best in school and after school and, with your teams. Try and get better. Your bells will ring for just trying.
Yeah.
Santa tries a lot.
That's true. I get laughed at a lot. The elves take great glee.
No, they laugh happily with you.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, it's not nice to laugh when someone falls down, but
No.
Santa makes it very funny.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It scares Mrs. Claus, though. Just like moms and dads get scared when their kids fall down. But you always make it very amusing.
We try. I know going in I'm not going to be very good, so I try to make it as light and as, I wouldn't say comical, but humorous as possible.
Yeah. I'm trying. I got new ice skates
Oh, good.
for Christmas, and ow. I don't know. I think I'm a little old, but
You're never too old to try something new.
that's true.
And you're never too old to learn,
It's true.
and you should try to learn something every day, something new.
Yes.
I often ask the kids that I work with, the elves who help me with the photos, if they're going to school, what did you learn today? And they have to come up with one thing that they learned they didn't know before. And they're on their toes because they know I'm going to ask
Yeah.
every day.
Wow. Except in the summer. But then they have to learn how to swim, learn how to dive, learn how to...
Read a new book, pay attention to what's going on in the world,
Ooh.
try new things, explore new places.
Yes.
When you get a chance, go to another country.
Ooh, yeah.
See, there's an awful lot to see in the world.
What countries have you been to? All of them.
Yeah, I've been to the top of Mount Fuji, Japan. I've been in Korea. I've been to Thailand, Italy.
I want to go there.
Italy is wonderful. You eat your way across the country. England several times, Scotland, a lot of the islands down in the Caribbean. Spent some time in Canada. I've got other places I want to go back. I see at night as I make my deliveries, I want to go back to some places.
What about Greece? Have you ever been to Greece?
Have not been to Greece.
Okay.
It's on the laundry list.
So, do you eat healthy at the North Pole?
I try. It makes up for Christmas Eve when I overindulge in cookies and milk and occasional hot chocolate. I kind of balloon out. You see those pictures of me looking, pretty, fat. That's
It's okay.
Christmas cookie. But I try to eat healthy, and
Does Mrs. Claus let you eat a lot of cookies?
she keeps an eye on me once I'm back.
But on Christmas
It's all
Eve,
that-
it's
it's all that
all on your
sugar.
own.
It's all that sugar, it keeps me going.
And she thought it was her magic apples.
I was going to say, you know, I'm letting her think that. But it's them cookies. Mm-mm-mm.
How about those magic blueberries, though? Are they the real thing that make you invisible, or is there some magic cookies that we don't know about?
No, blueberries help, you know. But some of the cookies I get, different parts of the world.
Ooh.
I get baklava on occasion.
Oh, yes.
Since you're Greek, you'll know that.
It's yummy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. And what, the magic carrots help the reindeer fly?
They do. And we get carrots along the way from a lot of the families will leave you know, bits of carrots. And I tell them, don't leave me 9 carrots. You leave me 9 pieces of carrot.
Yes.
I don't want to fill them up and not be able to get off to the next house.
It's probably like Halloween when you just have a big bag to bring back to the North Pole of all the treats that you get left.
Sometimes they do that. I'll take some of the cookies back to the North Pole and share them with the elves.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we feed them well up there, but the cookies would be great.
It's a good thing they exercise. They do eat a lot of cookies. I think they have youth on their side.
A little magic, too.
A lot of magic.
Yes.
Yeah. Do they smile a lot and sing a lot?
Oh, they have such a good time. They love what they're doing, and they know why they're doing it, and the happiness they're going to bring, and that makes them happy. So, yes, they sing, they carry on.
I'll bet you make them laugh and sing a lot.
Oh, we try. Occasionally, I'll have a young one, I don't believe you're the real one. And I can understand that. There's an awful lot of us.
Yes. I know the real one.
I usually tell them, ask me something that only Santa would know about the North Pole, the reindeer, or Santa. And I have the answers to those questions.
Yes.
I was got asked one time, do reindeer poop sparkly? And the answer is yes, because if you get reindeer food, if you go out and buy it commercially, you'll get essentially, it looks like oatmeal with glitter. And the glitter's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
You got to make sense when you're talking to the youngins.
They do have to understand. And that's the purpose of the care board
There you
and
go.
the new system. Yep.
So,
And I was thinking, who knows, maybe we could somehow in the future master each child's bell sound and make them at the North Pole a bell with just their sound that was different than everybody else's sound in songs. But that's a lot because we would need a million.
oh, we did
Millions.
more than, yes.
That would be very difficult. But that was one of the things I was thinking, Santa. You know, I still have that elf mind. So,
6 billion people in the world.
so it's not realistic, huh,
well,
Santa?
You got to figure there's certain areas where they don't believe in Santa and don't practice any form of Christianity. So
That's so
Santa doesn't
sad.
even go there.
Yeah.
But they're an awful lot. They're,
It'll make you happy.
oh yeah, it's you're talking 1 billion kids or more.
Oh, to make the bells, yeah. Yeah, that's too many. Okay.
Too many.
All right, so
I have
I'll
enough
think
trouble making toys enough to get around.
I'll think of something else, Santa. Sorry. You know I get these big...
I've noticed, yes.
Well, I'm hoping we can do a movie sometime.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we'll really get the message out there. So we're hoping that, you know, I don't know if you remember that little boy on TV. He was with that family in the 60s, My Three Sons.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, so Stan Livingston, Chip from My Three Sons, him and his friend James Bearden said they might do a movie for you.
That
Who
would be
knows?
cool.
Yeah, and then we can rope Karen Miller in, their other friend
Put
who
her-
used to be with Spelling Entertainment. So
Put them
yeah.
on my favorite channel, Hallmark.
I love that channel too. Oh my gosh.
I watch a lot
Santa.
of Christmas movies.
Do you know, Santa, I have a sweatshirt that says all I want to do is bake cookies and watch Hallmark movies. That's true.
One of the things I do is bake cookies.
You do? I don't think I knew that.
I spend a lot of time in October baking Christmas cookies,
Oh.
freezing them, and telling my wife cannot touch them until Christmas Day.
Uh-oh.
I put over 2,000 cookies in the freezer one year.
Wow.
Oh, I think I did 28 different kinds.
Without any magic, you just made them regular?
I made regular cookies.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, it's a little exercise. It gets my arm moving.
Oh,
as I
big time.
Work the dough,
Wow.
cream the butter,
Oh my goodness.
just get my mind off of everything that's going on and getting ready for the season, knowing that those cookies will be waiting for me.
That's
Even
so
after
nice.
I've eaten several millions of cookies. Can't get enough cookies.
It's true. Well, in their book, I told them to leave you fruit with their action notebooks. I know you're not going to eat the fruit, Santa.
Oh, a change of pace now and again.
Okay.
It's like I say, I get an awful lot of milk, but now and again, some hot chocolate is good.
Oh, okay.
A little juice on occasion. Yeah, there are some people who think about this, and Santa's getting an awful lot of cookies and a lot of milk. Let's switch it up a little bit and give him the baklava and the hot chocolate, or
Homemade, M&M cookies.
chocolate milk. It just
Yeah. Did you ever see that cookie? It was part brownie, part M&M, and part chocolate chip cookie mixed together. Marissa made that one time for you. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Was that any good? We can't tell her. She might watch this, so if you didn't like it, don't tell her.
Oh no, it was great.
Oh, okay.
It was great. Yeah, she did a good job.
Oh, good. Good thing. Well, thank you so much for coming back to see the book.
I was happy to come and try to get the word out to all of you boys and girls, teens, and even adults. Ring my bell. Ring it up at the North Pole. Be nice. Do good deeds. And Santa will be there for you.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Adults too. Teenagers too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Santa.
Well, you're most welcome.
And enjoy your time off. And
Well, there's really not too much time off.
Yeah.
We are busy at the North Pole.
yeah, a lot of toys.
Lots of millions.
What will you do on Valentine's Day? Something special for Mrs. Claus?
Yes, something special for Mrs. Claus, but I'm not going to say right now because
Oh,
if she sees, it would
yeah,
spoil the
she's probably
surprise.
watching from the big screen TV at the North Pole too. So I know she sees this. Hi, I miss you. Miss
Be
all
home-
of you.
Be home, sweetheart, pretty soon.
Very soon, very soon. Hopefully, he will leave some snow for us.
Let me get out of here. I'll see what I can do about leaving you some snow for tomorrow.
Oh, so does Santa bring snow?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, all right.
When I get to Australia and it's, summertime,
Yeah.
I
Have your limits.
work with Mother Nature on such things,
Yeah, yeah.
I can't spoil her record by, suddenly the 90-degree, beautiful, go down to the beach weather in Australia, and they get snowed on and the temperature drops to, the 20s. I would not be appreciated.
No. No. I think I want to move to Florida now. I've been at the North Pole, so now I think Florida and that nice warm weather all year round.
And the hurricanes.
Oh, and the hurricanes, well. Maybe not that part.
Uh,
You're just trying to get me back at the North Pole. I
That's
know.
That's it exactly.
I do love the snow, so okay.
You would not see much of it down there.
No, I would not. No, I would not. No, you're right. Not much ice skating outside, and no singing, no bells, no cookies.
Good beaches.
Good beaches.
And, you know,
I think I like the
my
cookies
buddy,
too,
you
though.
know, my buddy Mickey's down there too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, my favorite. I do love Mickey. That's how my oldest learned how to walk. I
With
took him
Mickey.
to Disney, and he walked in. He literally started just. And I saw a commercial one time, and I'm like, my son did that. Why wasn't he in the? I'll bet you a lot of kids get up and walk for Mickey. I mean, if they're on the verge, they just start oh, wait, I'm not staying, I'm going.
I mean, they're lovable characters down there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Although Captain Hook, you see him time to time.
His bells might not ring so
No,
much.
not so much.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Well, Santa, I'm going to let you get back. And are the elves going to get anything special on Valentine's Day?
Bake some extra cookies for them.
Okay. Some chocolates, maybe?
They don't really look for anything too special. You know,
Aw.
especially after that one branch of Elves took off. You know, they stole a bunch of my recipes and they opened up their own cookie company. You know, those Keebler Elves. Used to work for me in my, the bake shop. What do you do?
What do you do? Their bells did not go off at the North Pole. You guys better watch out.
Okay.
But we can go buy some.
That's true too.
When we can't make it to the North Pole, some of us.
Alrighty.
Well, I'd say Merry Christmas, but it's not Merry Christmas, but I kept up my tree, Santa.
I like that.
And a lot of people said, why are you leaving up the tree? And I said, well, I wrote
A Christmas book.
I wrote Santa's bells are ringing 365, or Santa's bells ring 365 days a year. I think Santa might come and see us.
Yeah.
So
And-
I was hopeful.
And here I
Here
am.
you are. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Well, have a great year. And if it's Christmas time, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Bye.